Cancer, oh Cancer, it's an important end to the year. It's December 2022. Didici here with your Oracle Express, that speedy insight into what's going on for you in the last period of 2022. Look at this 12th house Mars retrograde. 12th house is everything you'd rather keep under wraps, your past, all of those elements of the history of your life which are a painful reminder of the mistakes you made and woulda, coulda, shoulda. You need to let go of that. The retrograde movement of Mars is being activated right now here in the 6th house by Mercury, Venus and the Sun. So there's a lot going on in your work. You've probably pressured yourself. I wonder whether that's a way for you to sidestep this recalibrating Mars, which is asking you to go back, learn from your mistakes, and to proceed forward in these areas right now in a much more efficient manner. I think the 3 planets here show you're doing too much work. It shows that this can affect your health. I may have touched on that last month. It's significant because the 6th house is your daily routine, how you're handling your schedules, how you're handling your appointments, the quality of your service. And I detect here an element of dissatisfaction or anger. Mars is the planet ruling your career itself. So here it's relegated to this hidden part of the horoscope and challenged by these opposition aspects. Mercury, which has just passed. Then you're going to have you've got it right now, the opposition of Venus. That's a social planet to do with friendships. Yeah, the friendship planet in the 6th house of enemies is not good. Means you may indeed be getting quite irritated by some of the people that you've been historically associated with. And then you've got this Sun transit coming. That's a militant, aggressive sort of aspect. That's going to take place on, let me have a look here. I've got to get my eyes back on to see what's going on here. There's the Sun there, opposition on the 8th. That's one day after Mercury moves into the 7th house, which is your relationships. Very, very good for stimulating communication and getting to the bottom of an issue if you haven't been able to talk all that freely lately. But health will also be a consideration here, given the 6th house rules your health. And this input from Mars is not going to be useful or constructive. In fact, that could be the triggering point for any undermining of your health right now. Getting overly worked up, pushing too hard, trying to get too much done, doing the yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am game when people are driving you, pushing you, when you really are frustrated and want to say no. And the simple solution to that is to say no. Neptune is the other point I wanted to talk about here. This Neptune has been retrograde for some months now here in the upper part of your horoscope. It has specific relevance to this 9th house. It rules the sign of Pisces, which is the spiritual, mind-expanding area of your horoscope. So you've maybe been thinking about how you can make your life more interesting, more adventurous. What is it you need to do to gain an insight and to connect your actions with your true desire nature? What is it that you're passionate about, that you really want to do but haven't been able to do? I suspect you see these red lines here, the square aspects, these are the challenges coming from this planet also to these 3. If you notice this opposition line and then this other line, that's what we call a T-square. And so therefore there is an opportunity for you to resolve some of the problems we see here in your work in terms of your historic past and how you haven't been able to thoroughly digest that with this Neptune retrograde going direct, I might add, again, on the 4th of December. So a lot of movement starting there. It's a slow process. This will go into the new year, giving you an insight and urging you on to look carefully at what it is you really, really want to do. What is it that's been holding you back from that elusive happiness, Cancer? That's the secret. That's the question this month What is eluding you from that happiness? So you have to carefully analyse that, be true to yourself, and only select those activities or careers that are going to enhance your natural skill sets and the gifts that you've been endowed by the universe. Finally, we see the full moon here again. A reiteration of what I've been talking about here with Mars in your 12th house, going back into the past. The full moon there is going to shine a light, especially an emotional light, and the moon being your ruler is important. You'll have an opportunity around that time, which is the 8th of December. You see a lot happening in that first week of the month. And then the new moon on the 23rd, which takes place here in the 7th house. Again, augmenting the transit of Mercury, that communication function that we see Mercury is noted for, being additionally helped by that new moon. A new start, an opportunity for you to put the past aside and to move forward together with your loved one, your business partner, or people generally in the way that is comfortable for you. Pop on over to astrology.com.au. We've got the yearlies going up now for 2023. Lots of other stuff there, too numerous to mention. Free. No charge for that. Drop me a line. No charge for that. Subscribe. No charge for that. If you want a reading with me, there's a charge for that. But we can talk about that. Drop me a line and I'll tell you what I do. Have a safe Christmas. I'll see you in the new year. Bye-bye now.